Hey everybody, it's me blazevoir, and today I'm just going to do a deck profile on my Laval deck that I've been using. I have been messing around with it lately, so this isn't necessarily going to be the final build, and it isn't the build that I was running in some of the duels that I've had, because I had a couple other cards in this deck. But right now this is what I'm using, and I only have 14 extra deck cards. I probably have to add something to this. I'm not sure what I'm going to add just yet. So to start off, we got 3 Handmaidens. This is your key card of the deck. Her effect is, let me just go to that. When she's sent to the graveyard, while another Laval is in the graveyard, you can send a Laval from your deck to the graveyard. So basically, your main goal is to get these 5 cards into the graveyard, and you want to try to do that as soon as possible. And that's because when you draw Rekindling, or if you already have Rekindling, you can very easily go into Quasar, which is, it's kind of a win condition. The other card, of course, for the combo is Cannoneer. You only run this because it has 200 defense, and it's a Rekindling target, and it's an easy way to make level 5 synchros, because Handmaiden's a level 1 tuner, and you basically just go for 2 level 5s, and then you either special summon Boost Warrior or normal summon one of these 2 guys, and sync with the last Handmaiden for Formula Synchron. That's the basic combo. Next I run 2 Lakeside Lady. This is a level 3 tuner, and her effect is if you have 3 or more Lavals in your graveyard, you can banish herself and another Laval to destroy a set card your opponent controls, and that would include that includes monsters, so if your opponent has a set monster, it can destroy that as well. Next I play 1 Laval Miller. I choose to run 1 Laval Miller and only 2 Molten Conduction Fields, even though they have kind of the same effect, because I kind of feel like I need more Lavals, and you know, it's an extra target for Lakeside Lady to bring, or to banish, and I don't know, I like it this way. Next I run 2 Cannons. This helps you get out your Black Rose play sometimes, because Laval Lakeside Lady ends up being banished a lot, and you can just special summon her with Cannon. When Cannon is normal summoned, as effect reads, when it's normal summoned, you can special summon a banished Laval monster. So you usually go for Lakeside Lady, and then you go for Black Rose, but you can also go for maybe a card that you banished with Lakeside Lady, like Cannoneer or Lance the Lord, or maybe one of the synchros, and just special summon it to the field. And I guess if you go for Cannoneer, then you probably want to make an Exceed like Laval Chain. I only run 1 Laval Lance Lord. This card is pretty good because it can get over Thunder King. You just normal summon it without tribute, and it gets sent to the graveyard during the end phase, but if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add a banished fire monster to your hand, so it helps you recycle your Lakeside Ladies, kind of like Cannon, except you add it to your hand instead. Then that's it for the Lavals. From there I play 2 Flambeau Fire Dog, 1 Flambeau Magician. This is to get your Exceed plays, and sometimes even a Synchro. Flambeau Magician is really helpful in getting out Stardust Dragon. If you can use Fire Dog's effects and get out Magician, then you can probably very easily make a Stardust, and Stardust is kind of hard to get over. Usually I'll go for, if I get first turn Fire Dog, I'll go for Cannoneer, make Laval Chain, detach Cannoneer to send a Handmaiden, and then I'll keep sending Handmaidens, and then I have my graveyard set up for my Rekindling play. I also run 1 Summoner Monk, because some of these cards tend to be dead in my hand after a while, especially Molten Conduction Field, and it's just a very easy way to get out certain Exceeds like Laval Chain and Shockmaster even, if I can bring out Fire Dog. But remember, I don't think it can, yeah, it can't attack the turn that you special summon, or the card that you special summon with Summoner Monk cannot attack the turn it's special summoned. I play 1 Boost Warrior. Some people run 2 in Laval decks. I just run 1. It's kind of important, because sometimes if you can't use your normal summon, or you want to normal something else in addition to making Quasar, Boost Warrior gives you that option, because you can special summon him while you have your last Handmaiden out. But I also run Swift Scarecrow and Battle Fader. I probably should only be running 2 Swift Scarecrow and no Battle Fader, but I decided to try both of them because it depends on the situation, but sometimes I need one over the other, and just having both kind of helps. And then I teched in a Metaion, the Time Lord. I don't know how to pronounce that. This card is like Grand Mole on steroids, so it can't be special summoned from the deck. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon without tribute. It can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. You take no battle damage while it's in attack mode. And if it attacks or was attacked, all other monsters on the field return to their owner's hand, and your opponent takes 300 damage for each one. And it gets shuffled back into your deck during your standby phase. So your opponent is probably not going to attack you while you have this out, but you can attack into them, and it's sort of like a... It's not really like a Black Rose, it's kind of like multiple compulses, I guess. Where's my compulse? It's like multiple compulses, and like I said, it's like Grand Mole on steroids, basically. I very rarely get this out, but when I do, it can be pretty helpful. At just clearing my opponent's field, especially if they're running like a bunch of Synchros or Exceed monsters, and they really don't like this card. Now on to spells. We run 2 Molten Conduction fields. They basically do the exact same thing that Laval Miller does. You send 2 Lavals from the deck to the graveyard, so you send your Cannoneer and your Handmaiden, and then you Handmaiden, Cannoneer, and you got your 5 cards set up for Rekindling, which is the next card. I run 3 of them, and it should be very self-explanatory why. Special summon as many fire monsters from your graveyard with 200 defense. And then in the end phase you banish them, but it's very unlikely that they'll still be on the field because you'll probably go Synchro, 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 Synchro like crazy. I also run 2 Gold Sarks. A lot of people run Gold Sark to add Rekindling to their hand, or I don't know, like they'll use it to add a certain card to their hand. I actually use it for getting fodder in the banish zone or removed from play zone or whatever it's called now. And then I can use Cannon to bring it back, and then this is basically a 3-card or 2-card Black Rose with very little effort required. I also run Dark Hole Heavy Reborn, Reinforcement of the Army. I have 3 targets, I think. Yeah, 2 cannons and Boost Warrior. And this is just really helpful for getting Boost Warrior. 1 day apiece, 2 MST, 2 Flamvel Counter. This can be really helpful. It's a counter trap, and it just negates spells or traps. I also run 1 Return from the Different Dimension, just in case if my Rekindling play backfires, if they like bottomless and I can't really do anything with the Handmaidens. I still have an option to fall back on with Return from the Different Dimension, and I can still potentially get my Quasar play out, and it's still a decent card to just go into because this deck kind of banishes a lot. I also played 2 Bottomless, 1 Threatening Roar, 2 Deprison, 1 Compulse, and 2 Breakthrough Skill. I used to run Fiendish Chain, but I really like Breakthrough Skill now, so I'm planning on, or I'm just going to be using these 2 for now. I'm not really sure I like this trap lineup. I'm not really sure what else I can add to it, but I kind of like having like the 2 Bottomless and the 2 Deprisons and the 2 Breakthrough Skills and the Flamvel Counters, but I don't know if I want to use like Solemn Judgment or Solemn Warning in it. And then for the extra deck we got, of course, Shooting Quasar, Shooting Star, Formula Synchron. They're all required for Shooting Star. I also run Stardust because, you know, you can make Stardust pretty easily. Black Rose, of course, you know, Lakeside Lady and Cannon. And then just 1 level 6, Laval Dragon. This is a, it lets you kind of swap out some of your Laval monsters. So if you have a Laval in your hand that you don't really want, you can add one that you do want and then send that one to the graveyard, and if it's a Handmaiden, you get Handmaiden's effect, or you can just add a Handmaiden and then send it to the graveyard with Dragon's effect. As for the little 5s, Synchros, I run 4. Of course, Librarian and Contaster. I also run Laval Dual Slasher, which is also a Rekindling target, and I also run Laval Dragon. This is kind of like a Bryonic, You shuffle 2 Lavals from your graveyard to your main deck, and you can bounce a card your opponent controls to their hand. I think you can use this as many times as you want, but generally you're probably only going to use it once or twice. And like Handmaiden is probably the best card to send back to the deck because you can just send her back to the grave really easily with this deck. I also run Armor Arm just in case I can potentially make Quasar after making the Laval Dragon, because I have a 6 and a 4, and then I can make Formula Synchron. For the Exceed monsters, I run Shockmaster, Symphony de Jin, and Laval Chain, kind of standard. Shockmaster, like I said, is kind of easy to make when you get Summon a Monk plus Fire Dog, although you can't attack with Fire Dog when you summon it, so maybe that's not really what I should be running. My stroke is kind of just to get over stuff that I can't really get over normally. And Laval Chain, like I said, you can detach Cannoneer to send a Handmaiden and then just repeat the process over. Or if you have your Rekindling play already set up, you can use the other effect to top deck Boost Warrior, or maybe one of these two. And it's just a pretty good card all around. And that was my Laval Quasar deck. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. And that's it. Bye.